What did you think in terms of just the effort, bouncing back from last week? What did you see from your guys?
I don't question our effort today. I don't question our effort. I mean, these guys have some really good players. I think that we played on our heels a little bit at times, let them catch some things underneath, which was, by design in the game plan, but could have done a much better job of rallying and making tackles. We gave them a lot of yards after catch, which was, problematic for us. And by design, we're trying to take away the vertical passing game, make them earn it. And I thought we did a good job of swelling up in the red zone, forcing them to kick field goals at times, and that was a real positive. There's some bad matchups for us athletically out there, and I thought that we tried to mitigate those. And the one thing that was frustrating, even with our three-man rush, a lot of times I thought we had opportunities to get to the quarterback, and we allowed him to slip out. And a lot of times that's where some of their more explosive plays occurred. We had that third and extra long where they hit Cup down the sideline. We had 2 or 3 shots at the quarterback on that, and that's what good teams do. They convert in those situations. And conversely, what I'm most frustrated about is those turnovers. I mean, that just absolutely, we had 2 red zone turnovers, opportunities to put the ball in there, and that's become too much of a pattern here, and I'm very, very frustrated by that, and I'm sure our guys are as well. Those 2 or 3 bad plays a game have got to stop, and that doesn't give us a chance. Against a very, very good football team, your margin for error is nothing, and when you give them the ball, that ain't good.
Are those turnovers the reason Chris was pulled, or was the plan that...
We were going to play Tyler anyway, but I do think that Chris was rattled. I think that he, I could see it in his demeanor a little bit on the sideline, and I think there was time to let him relax and kind of process what's going on, and get him back in once he had a chance to kind of get in the flow of the game again mentally.
The way he started, did it surprise you that it got to that point with him, just given how good he was in the first quarter?
Well, I think some of the credit goes to Eastern, obviously. Did some things on the edges in particular to take away some of the runs that we were hitting. The one, he's got a first down, and he gets manhandled by their defensive end. That's kind of a physical matchup that's going to be hard to win sometimes, and he's got to know when to cut his losses and get down. He'll learn and grow from that. Some of the passes I think were decisions that we can make better.
Some folds in the game plan, Wildcat on offense and playing Brecky on defense. What was the thinking behind some of those folds you guys put in?
We've got to, we don't throw the ball very well, and we've got to have a variety of ways to run the ball, and that gives us another element that we can, take some hits off of Chris in terms of the quarterback run game and get the ball into a good player's hands. And with some of the issues that we've had in the secondary, you get a guy like Gunner, who's a tough, competitive kid, and played DB in high school and has a good skill set for that. So we had a small package for him going in, and he ended up probably playing more downs than I thought he would in that because we actually got into third and extra long a number of times, which we didn't feel like we were going to really have a lot of opportunities on that. And so he probably played more snaps in that dime package. We really only had a three-play segment out of that. And so I thought he went in and gave us some quality reps there.
What do you think on third down to get off the field?
Well, we need to either hit the quarterback or tackle the guy with the ball. They got 3 first-team All-Americans out there playing wide receiver and a quarterback that throws at 70%. I think we've got some matchup problems. Yes, we need to do a better job of getting off the field on third down, but it's pick your poison. You want to blitz him and leave Cooper Kupp one-on-one? I didn't want to do that. I wanted to try to make him earn it. And I think we actually did a pretty good job of that. They got their yards. We knew that going in. They're going to get their yards. What I'm frustrated by is that we gave them a short field, basically gave them, we had a 6-point swing at halftime. We're on the 30-yard line. We got a first down. We get a what I consider a selfish penalty that takes us back to the 50. Heck, all we got to do is run a couple plays and kick a field goal, and now it's a 3-point game at halftime, but we're ahead. It was a 6-point swing. And I think those are the things that are frustrating, and you get the ball down in the tight red zone a couple times, and you turn the ball over. And so I think that, there's certainly some positive things there. I thought we executed the game plan in terms of trying to take the ball away from them a little bit. We obviously got jumped on them with some good quick scores, but, we've got to sustain drives as the game goes on in order to win football games.
How much has Gunner played in practice? How much defensive back work has he got? Obviously, you haven't gone to dime very much this year at all.
We haven't played teams like this very much. And so, when they run a lot of 0-0 personnel, all wide receivers on the field, and so you have to be able to match that. And so that was something that we put in on Tuesday to give us a little bit of extra, especially if we needed it, to play some two-man. We didn't want to play a bunch of man-to-man. And if we were, we wanted to make sure that we had safeties over the top. And you can see really the explosive plays that they got a lot of times in the passing game were when things broke down, scramble drill occurs, and those one-on-ones occur kind of organically on their own. It's not like it was designed that way. And so, credit Eastern Washington, tremendous team. I think they're going to make a deep playoff run, and they've got some tremendous players, and they're a well-coached outfit.
And when you approached Gunner about this, that he was...
Oh, absolutely, yeah. He's a competitive kid and wants to do what he can to help the team.
The way they overcome penalties, how frustrating was that, getting them in like 1st and 20, 2nd and 20, and them still being able to move the sticks?
Yeah, it was extremely, extremely frustrating. Again, a lot of those were, the quarterback break in the pocket, and I think we had opportunities. I really felt like we had opportunities to get the guy down in those situations, and to his credit, he slipped through there, and we're not a mature enough team to be able to finish drives on offense or defense right now, and we've got a week to work on that. And I think we've got winnable games coming up, and we've got to do a really good job of developing some momentum for ourselves.
Nick Lassane seemed like he had one of his best days.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of his performance?
Yeah, I thought Nick ran the ball really hard. Some of the 30 personnel stuff with the three backs, it kind of is based on the look that the defense has given you and the check, and the ball went his way a couple times, and I thought he maximized those reps and opportunities, and he had 5 carries for 85 yards. That's a pretty good average.